Hi, my name is Wayne Goldsmith. I've developed a wonderful course for swimming coaches called the Soft Skills of Swimming Coaching. If you like, the Soft Skills of Swimming Coaching covers all the things you can't see, you can't feel, all the intangible, all the difficult to measure things that make swimming coaching such a wonderful profession, but we quite often don't talk about them. So quite often I find that when you get together with a group of coaches, you talk about skills like starting and turning and diving and finishing. But then when you start to talk about, well, why are some athletes exceptional? Why are some athletes consistently achieving extraordinary things? Words like confidence and commitment and mental toughness and leadership and resilience and other things will start to pop out, and coaches all express that they're the things that really matter. If you like, the things that have the greatest value cost nothing, are difficult to see and very difficult to measure, but they're nonetheless very, very important. So in this series of podcasts, I'm going to be talking about the soft skills of swimming coaching. And today we're going to start with confidence. It never ceases to amaze me that no matter where I go in the world, parents will stop me and say, Wayne, how do I help my child become more confident? Or a coach will say, Wayne, this swimmer is really talented and they train really hard, but when we go to a competition, they lack confidence. They don't have confidence in themselves. And it's very common to hear that. And then I think a lot about, confidence is so important. How do we then coach it? So we can coach starts and turns and dives and finishes and underwater. We can coach all those easy to see, easy to measure, easy to observe swimming skills. How would we go about coaching something like confidence, particularly when so many people are interested in it and want to talk about it and want to try and improve it? I've got a model, if you like. I've got a framework that I explain to kids and to parents and to coaches about confidence. Confidence is belief times evidence. Confidence is belief times evidence. Now, what I mean by that is confidence is belief, the way you feel about yourself, your ability to love yourself for who you are, to accept yourself for who you are, to value yourself for nothing more than being a human being alive on this planet. Evidence is all the things that you do: training, gym work, good diet, plenty of good health, exercises, doing all the things that you can do to provide evidence that anything you want to do is really possible. Let's talk about an example. If I'm working with a young swimmer and we want to build confidence as a critical element of their preparation, I want them to do training, to sleep well, to eat well, to work on their skills. And we talk about evidence, if you like. We talk about confidence as being in a can. We talk about the confidence can, as in I can, we can, she can, they can, we all can. Confidence comes in cans, because I want a swimmer to be standing behind the blocks at their first national title or their school championships and saying, I can, I can, I can, I can. We want them to say that really loudly. And if you can imagine again that can, that confidence can, we're filling it full of things like training and competition experiences and diet and skills work and all those things, and flexibility and core work and all those things to try and fill that can, to fill that can. Now, I talked to a friend of mine who's a stand-up comedian. And I talked to him about being confident when he walks out on stage in front of thousands and thousands of people, or even when people are watching on television. And he said it's really weird that you have these two voices going on in your head. You've got the voice that's saying, yeah, but I can do this. I know the jokes will work. I know I'm going to be funny tonight. I know this is going to be brilliant. And the other voice saying, well, look, there's a lot of people, you've never done this particular routine before, you've never performed in this city before, and you start to get some doubts. And he said, though, that what happens when you practice and when you rehearse and when you work on your material, the voice that says I can becomes very, very loud. Yes, I can do this. Yes, I know this will work. I know I can perform well tonight. I know this is going to be funny. And the other voice, the I can't voice, if you like, the negative voice, becomes a whisper. And he said, what I always think about is that before I go on stage, that the I can is yelling and shouting and saying, yes, 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 I can, I can, I can. And the other voice is saying, whispering, tiny. I can't, till I can barely hear it. And I thought, well, that's exactly what we want for swimmers. We want a swimmer standing behind the blocks at their first big meet, their first national title, Olympic selection trials, school competitions, club championships. We want them standing there going, you know what, I can do this. I can swim fast. I can do this. I can. And they're just like my comedian friend. They're going to have the little voice saying, well, no, you can't. This is the school championships, or you've never swum 100 fly before. All those doubts start to come in. And it's at that stage when all that evidence gets stronger and say, yeah, but I've done it in training and my gym work's been good and I'm getting plenty of sleep and I've got lots of skill and on and on. So again, just as the comedian walking on stage, the swimmer says, yeah, I can do this. Yeah, sure, I've got a little bit of doubt there, but I know it's there. I'm not worried about it. Doesn't bother me whatsoever. That's pretty normal and natural. But this other side saying, I can, is incredibly loud, and that's what will give me the confidence I need. However, in that equation, confidence is belief times evidence. That first bit, that belief, that's about how the swimmer, feels about themselves, that they can just learn to love, accept and value themselves for who they are. I do a lot of parent education around the world, been doing it for 25 years. One of the main reasons that I choose to do parent education is that we know that first bit, that self-belief, self-value, self-love, self-acceptance piece, that bit is largely in place by about 8 to 10 years of age. And up to that period of time, the most significant influence on a child's life is mum and dad. And I stress to mum and dad that their job isn't the evidence side. Their job isn't to say to the kids, you should be doing more training or work on your breaststroke technique, or you should be doing more starts practice. The really critical role for a parent is to make sure that their child goes to bed every night and believes with absolute certainty that they're loved, valued and accepted for no reason other than they are their child, they are who they are. They are being loved, accepted and valued for who they are and not for what they do. And that's critically important, because then if I look at that overall confidence picture, I've got a child who believes in themselves, who cares about themselves, who values themselves, who loves themselves for who they are, and who's doing the work, who's filling their can every day in training with good work, good technique, good skills, good underwater work. And that combined equation, confidence is belief, how I feel about myself, times evidence, the way I train, how much I train. Those two things together bring the element of confidence to every athlete. This has been Wayne Goldsmith talking about the soft skills of swimming. If you've enjoyed my podcast, please click on the links below and check out my Soft Skills of Swimming online course, available now.